From the iconic minecart of the American Gold Rush to the unfathomably big bagger 288 and the classic Cat 797 to today's cutting-edge unmanned and electrical vehicles, we trace the evolution of mining machines through time. 9. The original minecart. The minecart was developed hundreds of years ago, with examples of this style of vehicle dating back at least to the 1500s. They were used to help move earth and minerals out from the deep tunnels bored into mountain sides. While they significantly predated, minecarts are particularly associated with the American Gold Rush period, which began in the 1840s. The simple cart was generally constructed of wood and metal and moved along fixed tracks. They are seldom used in mining operations today, having been superseded by trucks and conveyor systems. However, they remain one of the most identifiable and iconic mining vehicles. 8. Continuous miners. It's unclear exactly when the first continuous mining vehicle was developed. The English Channel machine built in the 1870s and ran on compressed air could possibly be counted, but most agree that the technology was first used in mining in the early 1900s. In 1912, for example, the Hoadley Knight machine was developed for mining coal. Primitive by modern standards, it used an electric motor, hydraulic swings, and water sprays to break down rock faces. Since the early 1900s, there have been great advancements in continuous mining vehicles, but most still consist of rotating steel drums with tungsten teeth which dislodge chunks of coal. Those lumps then fall to the floor and are pushed into the throat of the machine by rotating arms. The rock is then moved via conveyor belts to be collected in trucks behind the machine. They account for as much as 45% of coal mining in the US, and many modern continuous mining vehicles are automated. 7. The first dump truck. In 1934, Euclid designed and built the Model 1Z truck, which is generally considered to be the first off-highway rear dump truck for mining. The heavy-duty vehicle was fitted with a 100 HP Waukesha gasoline engine and was just 6.4 meters long. Small by modern standards, the Model 1Z was the first step on the path to the monster dump trucks we see in the mining industry today. Euclid, now part of Terex Trucks, created the truck as a solution to haulage in the increasingly industrialized mining process in the US. 6. The bagger makes everything bigger. The Bagger 288 remains the biggest land vehicle in the world, 40 years after its creation, weighing 13,500 tons and standing as tall as an 8-story building. At 315 high and 788 feet long, this beast requires 16.56 kilowatts of external power to its colossal 21.60 meters bucket wheel. The bucket wheel excavator was built by the Crab Company for Ryan Brown, originally to operate its Tagebau-Hambach strip coal mine in Germany. It's capable of extracting 240,000 tons of coal per day and exhausted the Tagebau-Hambach mine in just 23 years. In 2001, the Bagger 288 made the 14-mile trip down the road the Garzweiler mine over the course of 3 weeks. Roughly 100 tons of coal per year is produced at the Garzweiler mine in the Rhine region, some 15% of German all-energy supplies. 5. The classic Cat. The Cat 797 is one of the most successful and recognizable dump trucks ever developed. Made by Caterpillar, it has been reincarnated multiple times, most recently in 2009 when the Cat 797F was launched. This model is the second biggest dump truck in the world, with a payload of 400 tons, 40 tons more than the original. Its 20-cylinder engine can produce up to 4 HP, enough to move even the machine's bulk. At 14.8 meters in length, 6.52 meters in height, and 9.75 meters in width, it was the biggest dump truck for years, and despite being overtaken by the Belaz 7500-710 remains a common sight. Automatic mining. Automation is one of the biggest themes of the 21st century so far, and within the mining industry this is most notable in the automation of vehicles. Capable of running for 24 hours a day without breaks, this new generation is efficient, economic, and increasingly commonplace. Possibly the greatest example of adopting this new technology is Rio Tinto's Pilbara iron mine, which uses 80 driverless Komatsu trucks. Using GPS, radar, and laser sensors, the trucks can make their way around the mine site, avoiding obstacles and delivering high-grade ore to be processed. In 2017, the trucks moved their 1 billionth ton of material and overall have cut unit costs at the mine by 15%. Rio Tinto began developing autonomous mining technology in 2008, and the company continues to invest heavily in the process. In 2017, Rio Tinto announced that it would be expanding its autonomous fleet to 140 in 2 years, as well as launching a retrofit program to automate 48 trucks already in use. Other mining vehicle companies are developing their own autonomous fleets, with the likes of BHP Billiton and Suncor releasing driverless mining trucks. BHP Billiton has also begun deploying its trucks in iron ore mines in Australia, which it hopes will increase production levels. 3. The biggest dump truck. The world's biggest dump truck, the Belaz 75710, weighs in at an incredible 496 tons. It was developed by Belaz, a mining manufacturing company from Belarus, in 2013, and sales began in 2014. At 20.6 meters long, 8.60 meters high, and 9.87 meters wide, the house-sized truck was the first to be able to transport more than 450 tons. The giant has 2 pivot axes to increase its maneuverability, 2 diesel engines, and 8 wheels. It has entries in the Guinness World Records as both the biggest 2-axle dump truck and the biggest body with capacity of 645.4 meter squares. Then in 2015, the truck was featured on a stamp in Belarus, highlighting its popularity and public appeal. In the 75710's first year of operation at Chernigovets coal mine in Russia, it transports 4.6 million tons of rock. That's the equivalent of the weight of 1.115 railway locomotives. 2. Moving underwater. The European Union's Viable Alternative Mine Operating System project is developing underwater mining vehicles specifically for flooded mine sites. Remote-operated underwater vehicles controlled by programmable logic controller use cutter heads to gently dislodge rock without disturbing the groundwater. The ore is then collected and pumped to the surface for processing, and waste sediment and water is returned to the mine. In Europe alone, there are 30,000 flooded mine sites, and VAMOS, which was established in 2015, hopes to take advantage of the vast resources within them. The project will run till later this year, after which point the company intends to make the technology commercially available. Elsewhere, similar amphibian vehicles are being used in the pursuit of underwater mining at sea by companies such as Nautilus. 1. Electrifying mine machines. ETF's modular technical platform was developed as a potential solution to problems faced by its founders while working on mining projects in Southeast Asia and the Middle East. In 2016, ETF produced a proof of concept for modular haulage trucks where each element or model could be switched in or out of the vehicle within the hour. It now readies itself to produce hybrid trucks with payloads from 100 to 300 tons. Initially powered by a mix of electric and diesel, these trucks have been specifically designed to end up retrofitting so they can become fully electric within a week when battery developments reach a point where more practical haul cycles are possible. The company is currently developing the next wave of trucks, which will be digital, AI and machine learning enabled. These futuristic devices will allow for a complete streamlining of services, drastically cutting repair and maintenance times using predictive technologies. Because these trucks are fully automated, you do not require a broad spectrum of payloads, explains ETF Chief Client Officer Geoffrey Edgenberg. Because they can interact with themselves, know the payloads of their peers, calculate the whole load. Using this technology, the trucks will be able to automatically reorder whole load sequences should, for example, a truck or shovel break down. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more interesting videos. Have a nice day!